Hello, mate.
Hello, boss.
Well, why have you been? What have you been told to come down and film people down here and that?
It's the,
You guys.
it's our normal practice. It's our procedure. It's the procedure.
It's a procedure.
This is on the square.
What?
Any activity of interest on the square, we take photographs.
And it is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what? Why do they? Who is it that finds it interesting?
This is private property. I'm sure you know that.
Private? Well, the sergeant told me earlier, by his own words, that this is public.
No, it's private property.
Well,
It belongs to GLA,
It belongs to GLA.
Yes.
What corporation?
Greater London Authority.
So and that would be a corporation, wouldn't it? Because they obviously pay people wages.
Yeah, they pay people wages, but it's not a corporation in the term we pay. It's not a business.
Well, I don't know. The legal world's quite strange.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not part of the. It's private property with public access.
Okay, so and why would they find it interesting to film people that are interesting?
Now, if I come to do things in your backyard, wouldn't you be interested to know what I'm doing?
I believe that nobody should have ownership of anything.
That's where you are different from the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He's right though.
Yeah, I might share your opinion, but
Right, I don't
people
know
I
if
work with don't.
you've ever heard of
That's
a book
where-
called the
where-
Bible.
Of course.
Right, now Jesus said you can't own anything and give back to Caesar what is Caesar's. And he overturned the moneylenders and said don't pay tax. This Roman civil law.
You're quoting that out of context.
Is it out of context?
Yes, I think.
Or was he persecuted by the Roman army for telling people you don't have to pay tax?
No. He said, "Give unto Caesar
What is Caesar's, yeah.
and the tax is Caesar's.
Okay.
Pay Caesar his taxes,
Oh no,
and
they're on about the whole money.
he paid tax.
The money was
Jesus
Caesar's.
Christ paid tax. He sent Peter to go into the river, catch a fish, and out of the fish you get a gold coin. And with that, he paid his tax. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. I'm very versed in the Bible.
Yeah, no. So he's saying
Awesome.
give
Well
the
done.
money back. The money is fraudulent. That cannot
Whatever.
feed you.
Of course, Jesus tells you God provides for all your needs.
Yeah.
But then the law says pay Caesar a tax, obey that law. That's what Jesus Christ tells you. Because he said the rulers, God has placed the rulers of this world
Yeah.
over you.
See, it seems to me that we have a law, like the law of the land, which is God's law, and then what they've done is they've got this corporate law where they've got places of business where you have to exchange money, like a court. You go to
I
court.
understand what you're saying.
You know, it's,
I quite understand where you're coming from, but the law is still the law.
the law is the law, but do you know the difference between legal and lawful?
Well, I think I have some. I'm not a legal person.
Yeah.
But I think I have a slight inkling about the difference. But I
Well-
would say I'm well versed.
Law is something that the constables, they swear an oath to uphold.
Yeah.
So they're upholding the law, which is
Yeah.
harm, loss, fraud.
Yeah.
Now, if you commit any of them and the constable sees you, they can arrest you.
Okay.
But then they are enforcing statutes and acts. We're ruled by consent.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, where we're ruled by consent,
Yeah.
how they get that consent is they stop you and say, okay, what's your name? And if you have a look on your birth certificate, it will say not to be used as identification,
Yeah, that's
Crown
right.
copyright. So if the Crown own that, give back to the Crown. What is the Crown's? I don't have a name. And then they ask you, then
No, you're taking it too far.
no, I'm not. We're being lied to by the legal
it's very
system.
interesting, but
They
but
swear an oath
Crown
on the Bible.
The Crown didn't give you that name.
No.
Your mom and dad gave you that name.
But they've registered the name.
Well,
Now,
your
the
mum and
legal
dad-
definition of register is
Yeah.
transfer of title ownership. So
Yeah.
what they do is you've registered your child or your car. Do you
Yeah.
own a car?
I do.
Right. Now, you submitted an application of registration.
True.
Now, submission is to give up. Application to beg and to know what you're begging for. Registration, as I've just said, transfer of title ownership. You beg to give up ownership of your car, and you want the proof for that. You signed it over to DVLA. DVLA sent you a form back.
Man, no.
Are you the registered keeper?
Yeah.
So you no longer own it?
Yeah, I'm just skipping it.
Yes. You've agreed to pay them tax. What do you think of that?
but the thing is, you can't look at life white and black like that
Yeah.
anymore. It's not like that. You can't just take life white and black. There are different shades in between the white and black.
There's definitely more to life than really is.
So these laws too, they play their parts. The taxis too, they play their parts.
You don't have to pay tax.
You don't have to, but they can kick your ass in jail if you
No, they can't. They just haven't told you the rules of the game. Like, basically, when you go to court, I go to court and I say, when they say, what is your name? I say, I'm here as a friend of the court. I believe there's been a mistake. I wish to seek remedy in the way of a proper notice. And then if they ask me if I'm this name, I'd ask them if they're referring to the birth certificate. Because I'm not a name. They want me to represent that name. Because that is actually a registered corporation.
That means you don't have a name, right?
That's right.
So how do I address you if I see you tomorrow?
If you see me tomorrow, you can say, Dom, how you doing, mate? I'd let you call me Dom anytime you want, mate. You know what I mean? I think you've been sound. But I don't have a name as such.
That's interesting. I think I like some of your ideas, but I think it's too far for me, man. It's too high.
I've got a leaflet with some websites.
Yeah, I might take a look at them later on. No, I think it's still